Good evening, Patrice. Coming to you from Australia. It is Monday morning. It's still very cold here, still winter, but we do have some sunshine today. I've been going over your sustenance program, your food journal. And all right, first off, let's get to it. Patrice, there was the hurricane, and a lot of people I'm working with got really thrown off their routine, really thrown off their program. You were able to stay very consistent, very consistent throughout that period. Your balance of protein, lean protein, healthy protein, to carbohydrates, to fats is always good. Your meals are super balanced, more than anybody I see. But first off, I just want to say, well done on staying really solid and consistent through the restless time over there. This week, I wanted to talk about balance over being super strict. Okay, I've been working with a lot of people where they're not reaching their goals because they are being so restrictive and so strict with their diet. And so they're looking so sunken in, and they're weak because they haven't fed their body enough. First thing I want to say, evaluate what your goals are. And I know you're looking for perfect push-ups. I know you're looking for pull-ups. When thinking about your goals, eat accordingly, okay? If you're thinking about push-ups, if you're thinking about pull-ups, if you're thinking about these strength movements, you may need to increase the calories that you're eating. If you're thinking about deadlifts and running, and I want you to eat in accordance to your goals. So when you sit down for a meal, say, have I eaten enough to achieve what I'm after? Or have I eaten too little? Do I need to eat more? The next thing I want you to think about is, after you finished, I want you to eat to support your goals, and then I want you to think about eating real food. Just a few things to keep in mind. The closer to nature the food is, the better it is for you. The fewer hands that have touched that food, the fewer hands that have processed and packed that food, the better for you. I'm not saying start your own garden, but that's one example of cutting out a few handlers along the way. If you can't pronounce the ingredients on a package, leave it alone. If it looks like it comes from a lab, leave it alone. If it's something that is been straight out of the farm, it's been plucked, that's good for you, okay? If it's only been around for a few years and it didn't exist 100 years ago, leave it alone, okay? We've talked about carbs and balance and health and fats. I just want you to know, eating fats is really good for your body because it teaches and it trains your body to use fat as an energy source. And when your body starts digesting and absorbing fat as an energy source, it's going to make you train much harder. And when you run out of carbohydrates and you run out of the sugars in your system, it will rely on those fats to give you that extra energy, especially through your marathon, especially through longer events like the Spartan. Another thing, eat frequently. Too many of us think it's good to have long gaps between our meals. When we go through these long gaps, we can make bad choices, and also we can overeat. So if I spend 5 hours waiting for dinner, I can overeat at night, and overeating at night just is not good for me because I wake up and I don't feel like running, and I don't feel like doing pull-ups, and I feel heavy. So frequent meals throughout the day can be really good for us, especially for people like you and Shannon and I, who are very active, and we do a lot of extra work. Allow yourself some freedom. In my own personal story, I have had so much trouble being super strict with myself, and it's felt like a really big fight, and it's felt like deprivation, and I haven't allowed myself freedom, and I haven't allowed myself to have fun. Be free with yourself and be a little more flexible. This has helped my training a lot. Jen, my partner, says, I am looking better and behaving better. I have a better attitude and a better personality because I'm giving myself some leeway and some latitude. I'm eating more oats. I'm allowing myself a little bit of dairy after workouts. I'm allowing myself, to eat some stuff that has grains and some paleo stuff. So I just want you to be free with yourself. And we shouldn't be miserable. Exercise, dieting, nutrition, that should be something that brings us joy and personal self-love. You know, in just summarizing everything up, I don't want the eating or the nutrition thing to become too complicated. If we just simplify it and say, is this going to help me achieve my goals? If this is not going to help me achieve my goals, then I'm going to leave it alone. Is this food or is this meal going to help me train harder? Or is it going to affect my training? Let's just keep it really simple. Patrice, I've gone on for way too long. I just wanted to say Jen and I will be home soon. We're planning on returning in February. I finished your skill and drill for the week. Please take a look. Let me know if there's anything I need to add. Let me know if I've given Graham some longer runs. Let me know if you need some longer endurance workouts to prepare for your half marathon. This is your coach signing off.